Oh, my goodness. This is just an emotional night for all of us here at MLB Network. It was an amazing broadcast to listen to. Matt Vasgersian next to our colleague and a man that wrapped up a 40-year broadcasting career, the Hall of Famer Jim Kaat, who joins us now live on the MLB Tonight postgame show. Jim, what a great broadcast tonight, per usual for you, my friend. It is August 18th. Why now? Why this day on the calendar, Jim?
You know, I just felt like the last game I did maybe 3 weeks ago that I'm not as in touch with the game as I was years ago. I walk in a clubhouse, and this is not a criticism of today's players or coaches, but I don't know anybody. You know, I can talk to Dusty Baker all day, but there's only one Dusty Baker. I haven't seen Tito Francona, and I just thought, you know, Tony Kubek had told me you'll know when it's time, and I just thought, I think it's time to step away. There's got to be a former player out there that has been impacted by analytics. I have not. I was only impacted by, like, say, Jack McKeon, my minor league manager, who I mentioned at my Hall of Fame speech. Bases loaded, nobody out, tight game, late in the game. He'd walk out and maybe spit a little tobacco juice on my shoe. Hey, kid, figure out a way to get out of it. And, you know, that's the way I learned to play the game. And I just can't get into this science and run into the mound and filling your head full of information. So I thought, I'm not going to change the game, and I don't want to use the booth as a forum to speak ill of the game, because I always loved the game. But I just think it's time for somebody else that's more in tune with the science and the younger players to step in. And I got a nice new set of golf clubs the Twins gave me, so I haven't tried those out yet, so I got something to do.
Did the setting, being in the Bronx, knowing you were going to do a Yankee game, all your years calling Yankee games, did that add to your decision for this date to be your last?
Yeah, I think when we talked about it, I was hoping to do, and Bob couldn't be here tonight because of COVID, we were going to do Mets-Yankees, but yeah, this is where, you know, I was so honored to cover that team for years, but I thought I'd do Mets-Yankees. But my last stop on my celebratory tour is going to be Monday in Michigan, when my 95-year-old sister is hosting a reception for me back in my hometown. So I couldn't do Mondays, so we looked at the schedule, and I thought, well, let's do this one.
Well, you're a Hall of Famer as a player. I believe you're a Hall of Fame broadcaster. Just an incredible career you've had in the booth. You've been asked many times your favorite moment of your playing career. But as a broadcaster, was there a moment where you couldn't believe what you were seeing and you were honored to be in the booth with a microphone talking about that specific game?
Well, we talked about Derek's last home game, which I thought was special. You know, Boomer's perfect game didn't have the drama because it looked like in the third inning he's going to pitch a perfect game. But, you know, I'd have to think and recall. I'd have to say being on the sideline for CBS in the '91 World Series and seeing Kirby make that great catch in Game 6 and then hit the home run and be there for Jack Morris's performance in Game 7, even though I wasn't in the booth. That was a pretty good rush. I enjoyed that a lot.
You know, the 16 consecutive Gold Gloves. I had them pull video of you having great plays, but we're not even going to show that. And you also had 16 career home runs. You're just a great athlete. But the way you started talking about why you're walking away, I kind of want to end it there. I look at everyone that works in baseball. It's an honor, and we're all caretakers of the sport. We all want the best for it. And you personify that, Jim. You do. This is a light schedule. There's like one game going on right now. So there are a lot of current big leaguers that are watching this at the moment. What, in your final moments as a broadcaster, your advice to the current big league ball players who are now that next generation of caretakers of the sport?
Well, I just hope that the analytics that we talked about at this Hall of Fame dinner when the commissioner was there after the induction, and analytics are here. Really, they're statistics. We just came up with a fancy word, and we call them analytics. I hope they find a way to keep them in the front office. You want all the information. Like tonight, we saw more trips to the mound. I mean, if you haven't pitched or played in the big leagues and you don't know the heartbeat of a major league player, you can't run out there. There's nothing you can say because he's got thoughts going through his mind. So I hope somehow They separate and use the analytics to to acquire players and to judge players and to make trades. But when the game starts, no computers, no clipboards. Of course, I'd take it a little farther. I'd want no body armor on the hitters, and but that would be my choice in the future, to see the analytics separated and really let these talented players, who are so much more talented than we were when I played. Pitchers can do more. Pitchers could pitch 9 innings today. Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, of course, but they're not trained that way. It's not their fault. And that's what kind of disappoints me in the game. But I hope they can figure out a way to separate that and just throw the ball out and let these great guys play.
It was an honor to call you a colleague all these years, truly. And congratulations on an amazing broadcasting career. Thank you so much, Jim.
Thanks, Greg. Thank all you guys. I've really enjoyed being part of this MLB Network team for 14 years. Great fun. Thank you.